Okay, so really quick, normally I don't like to spin the block back on topics after I've went ahead and looked at the units, talked about the units, and gave my sort of piece on the units. And there's a reason why I didn't put, busted or something stupid like that uh, in the thumbnail or in the title of today's video when I went over their easy ace. There's a reason. I said they were amazing. I do think they are very good, but a lot of my sort of stances have changed. And the first thing that I'm going to go ahead and say is that I think Gohan is definitely better. And Gohan's going, instead of it being like the situation like how last time Piccolo was just right off the bat better, and then Gohan aged better. Um, Gohan is going to be here for I think a decent little bit. Gohan's going to have more play than Piccolo for sure. The receives a super attack, and then like I said, like that stuff down here is very great. And then when you have the key blast, you nullified, and then you have the great chance of nullifying it and stuff like that when it's a key blast, but you still get all this just for the super is great. Like Piccolo, it's it's rough because Piccolo doesn't necessarily have that. So him getting hit by super attacks, especially when he's not fully built up, and that's what I said. One of the things was that they're getting clipped, they're getting popped, at the beginning for a decent amount of damage, and we're only on the stage 4, and we still have 5 and 6 for red zone, and then we also have the 11th year anniversary right after. Yeah, I can already see Piccolo, unless something happens in the 11th anniversary where they kind of sort of buff Piccolo even more. Because even seeing the showcases and stuff like that from him, and him having all that other support from the androids and Gohan and obviously Piccolo with the gammas, like having all that support and everything on the rotations and stuff like that, and it's still basically about the same. Like he's still good. He's still very good currently right now. That's the thing. Currently right now he's still very good. But after the 11th year anniversary, I think that changes quite a bit. And you can agree, disagree, whatever the case is. But his giant form still used the same way that it was used beforehand. Nothing's necessarily changed. Chip damage, like I said beforehand, chip damage, just a chip damage, a ghost usher really that you're going to be popping when you feel like you're in danger and you need it, and that's really about it on there. Like I feel like they undersold quite a bit, and there might be a few reasons for that. Uh, and I want to, like, I'm trying to stay completely serious and not crackety jokes whatsoever at all with this. But I do genuinely think they undersold, and even both of the units. Really, I think they undersold both of the units quite a bit, just because there is a massive uh 11th anniversary power creep probably that's going to be happening again. We still got to figure out what stage 5 and stage 6 is going to look like for the red zone. Like don't get it twisted. We still need to see that. And then also when you think about how many units have got to be getting easy A's and stuff like that from the 11th year anniversary? Because two of them we 100% know, and that's the Super Saiyan 4 bros. Well, I won't say the Super Saiyan 4 bros because that's the monkey boys, really. But you know what I'm talking about, the Goku and then the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Like, basically the 8th anniversary unit. They like, no, ninth anniversary unit. No, 8th anniversary. What am I talking about? Ninth anniversary was Beast Gohan. They got to get their easy A's. Them, and also where are you at down here? Let me go ahead and scroll down so I can get both of y'all in the frame so we can talk about that, because you got these two right down here, and then you still have the potential, and I say potential because I don't necessarily know whatsoever at all, but there's 6 LRs here that potentially have could possibly get easy A's depending on if this is the sort of celebration that we're necessarily looking at, right? 6 LRs. Now, these two right here are obviously 100% guaranteed because all the anniversary units get their easy A's when the anniversary corresponding for that for the 3 year gap happens every year. Like these get their easy A's. And when you look at these kits for these guys, you can already see they already started out at 200%. Like, that's already goaded. So you can immediately already tell that there's going to be a big power creep for these guys. And like I said, if they go higher than what we're expecting of 250 or 300, these, like I was saying with Gohan and Piccolo, about them possibly being like 300% right at the back. These might be the fools that actually get 300%, and the others as well too. Because here's the thing: if we're still on this sort of topic of Namek Saga still being a part of the 11th year anniversary, then Birdku and Cooler could be the countdown units that get their easy A's. And if that's the case, if they add 100 to this, then that's again a 259 for him. Come down here as well, and he would be at 200, right? And then that's again like they get the damage reduction, yada yada yada, all the way through. You can see currently how he's necessarily built in his passive, where he has 2 additional attacks that each have a medium chance of becoming a super attack. Like before, as far as we know, as many attacks as we've been seeing a lot of units get, this fool could get 3 or 4 in there, and they could all be high chance or great chance. And again, like I said, this is all infinite shit right here. This could be up to 200 or 300%. And when performing 10 attacks, launch an additional super attack. Like, that's infinite. Like, we could see this guy have like 7 super attacks. Maybe, hell, 8. You never know, like, at this point in time. Like, he doesn't have any guard, any damage reduction whatsoever at all. And let's be honest, I feel like if you've been playing for a good little bit, especially when he first came out with that worldwide celebration, then you probably have a good little bit of like in your heart where you're just like, yeah, I remember, and they should be like very, 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 very good. Like, I think that's the reason why. Because again, he's pretty much like Piccolo in a bit where, like I said, Barku needs to get hit. After receiving an attack, attacks effective against all types, defense of 59%. Like I said, his is just a play on, 59 for Goku. But again, that could be hundreds, like that goes up by. And again, he, like I said, when HP is 60% or more, he already has guard. He doesn't have damage reduction. Like, think about that. Like, this card does not have damage reduction at all. Remember how good he was on release when we were like, Birdku's crazy good. Mans does not have damage reduction whatsoever at all. He has a revival. Like, his stats are wild. Again, all of them stats really, truly are wild. But it's like, I feel like this is the reason why they undersold these cards, is because in my opinion, it's too many of them together. And I think that's what hurt quite a bit, because like I said, seeing the showcases for these two, it's very noticeable that you could tell that it's like, yeah, they got the 55, percent that they can get and stuff like that for damage reduction and everything. But even when you see the full showcases of them and you see the attack that they can do, you're like, okay, like I was expecting the 200, to be quite honest. Like, I genuinely was expecting like Beastless Gohan and Orange Piccolo. Obviously, Orange Piccolo being more of a defensive unit, but hell, you could sort of argue with Gohan on that one. I mean, like if we're going, even if you're just going by like the showcases that you've currently seen and not in hand using them and stuff like that, like you can see 5 exclamation marks from Dokkan World and then 3 exclamation marks and go, so the Gohan's better already than Piccolo? How's that work? Like, what is going on here? Like, it does, man. It feels like this, and I think they genuinely sold this shit on purpose. And I don't mean to like cuss a little bit. Hell, I think that might have been like the second or third cuss word I actually said in the video. I've been trying to cut down on it a lot in the videos, but I genuinely do. And like I said, that's with them. And then you still have the possibility of these guys, of Metal Cooler, and also the Namek boys getting easy A's as well for like the EX part. And like I said, this is another unit that has to get hit to get built up. And these two, like I said, these two are going to be at the beginning, end. Well, I won't say end of the Power Grid, but at the end of that anniversary, if that's the case, if this is what necessarily happens when we follow and stuff like that, they would be at the end. They would be a surprise at the end that everyone would probably go crazy with. And let's be honest, I think a lot of people would be very happy with this as well too. And for people that have these units like Rainbow and all that stuff, like you're probably looking at this going, yeah, and this is, and again, I talked a lot about my videos was saying like, this is the guy that I'm looking at and I'm going, if Piccolo's handled well, you know, if Gamma 1 was handled well, I'm looking at him. I'm looking at him like, then he's going to be absolutely disgusting. Massively raise attack and defense, yada yada. Like, he's going to be massively disgusting in the game. And again, I'm looking at this like, well, if this is at the end, I don't think they'll suffer from all of the units being bunched up all at once. I don't think they'll suffer because, let me come here. Because these two are going to be what, somewhere at the beginning or so when they get their ECAs, and we'll be like, oh hell yeah, over that. This is countdown if we're correct. If we're correct, that is. Like, it could be someone completely different, yada yada. We know it could be, they could change it and just be totally different. But for currently right now, what we're speculating, like those two are at the beginning of the countdown that we're like, okay, now we're about to usher in a new meta, so they should be better than these guys. And if they're just roughly the same, then again, that means they're sold, and we have been bamboozled by the amount of content and LRs that are getting easy 8 in one spot. Then they're basically being like, yeah, we're trying to keep all these this way and that way. The other four that will be during the anniversary are going to outshine like crazy. And that's a bad move. Like, again, I still feel like Orange Piccolo or Ultimate Piccolo and Ultimate Gohan got the short end of the stick, I feel like. And again, like I said, they're testing out right now in the current stages. We haven't even seen stage 5 and stage 6 for the red zone, like whatsoever at all. We have not seen that. We don't know what that is. We don't know what that's going to look like. Like, I mean, I was looking at the showcase, and yeah, Piccolo wasn't, I think it was his first turn. He wasn't built up, but he was still taking 200 something on a normal attack. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, sure. There are a lot of damage that's been thrown in there because it was in the event over here where we are in artificial, and I'm pretty sure it was against Metal Cooler. Like, I'm pretty sure it was against him. And you can see the normal attacks and then the super attacks. I think in the super attacks, I think he got hit for like 100 something, or I think after he super attacked or something like that. It wasn't like too crazy or anything like that, but that's just from that. Like, and I think it might be the same for him. I think fully built up, it might have been around the same or a little less or so, but that's just for that. And Piccolo's supposed to be the defensive unit out of that. Like, Piccolo's definitely supposed to be the defensive unit, and it's slot 1 and everything. So it's like, if they're hitting for this, and we go in, I mean, if we go in and we see like 2.5 million, like on a normal attack, like what are we going to do there? Like, what are we getting at there? Like, you see this, like this is already 2.2. Like, if it's 2.5 or almost 3 million on a normal attack, and AoEs are a million plus, like right off the bat, it's like, God forbid it gets. I don't even want to say how ridiculous I'm feeling like this might get, but you get the picture of what I'm saying. Is that I don't think that they're extremely safe for a good little bit of time. I do not think so. I think that Piccolo might fizzle out, and I hope I'm wrong. I really truly hope I'm wrong here. Like, I hope that it's not like a situation where they fizzle out very fast. I hope that they don't fizzle out as fast as I'm expecting with the power creep. That is the 11th anniversary. And again, we still have new event that's going to be popping in, and like I said, definitely harder content coming to the game. I'm just saying, like, by May or June, like, where are these guys going to be? Like, because a lot of people on X and also in the comments that I've seen from the videos, there's a lot of comments that's talking about how they're expecting, these units to basically come out of the top 10 during the anniversary, which is 100% acceptable. That is truly, like, not something that's like oh my god, like, you know their profits. Like, no, like, if we're getting still 4 LRs, or if we're getting 6 LRs, then for sure they should drop out of it, especially with the easy A's that's happening in there and stuff like that. Depending on whoever the LRs are that get their easy A's, like, it's during the 11th anniversary, they should be better. So, like, it's the 11th anniversary. Like, the thing that a lot of people tend to forget is that it's 11th anniversary. This is when the eyes are on Dokkan. This is when the players come in to Dokkan. The people that don't play as much, that you see, drifting out of existence in the Dokkan community, come back. And the reason why they come back is because overpowered, hype characters that they want in the game. And again, for all the easy A's to the showcase that I said here that are possible in there, if we get said theming for the anniversary, should be better. That's just how that goes. I'm just I'm seeing a drop off, and I don't know, because like I said, stage 5 and stage 6 will definitely tell us if the drop off will be faster or not. Because how they handle stage 5 and stage 6 is truly the testament to things. Truly. And whether you agree or disagree, or whether you're somewhere in denial in the game, which there's probably a lot of people stuck in denial in the game, like, this is not going to be something that is probably going to be light work. Like, it's just not. It's just not going to be light work. They're not going to have Bio Broly be the hardest one out of them, and then drop 2 more stages and be like, yeah, Bio Broly's still the hardest. Like, it's just not going to happen. One of these units, one of these stages is going to be definitely for sure harder. Probably both of them will be harder. And like I said, depending on if it's Cell Max and stuff, you could get the gist of if they go diabolical too far or not. Like, if they take the stage too far and it's like a cry fest for a lot of people, then yeah, yeah, you're going to be looking at the countdown going, well, those countdown units probably got to murder this then, or these anniversary units are going to murder this, and the anniversary easy A's are going to murder this, and then the easy A's that, well, the LRs that easy A during the anniversary, well, they're probably going to murder this. Like, I mean, it's insane, but genuinely, I really don't double take back over units and go, ooh, man, maybe I should make a follow-up video over what I just seen. I usually do not do that at all, but I just could not help by seeing this, because even in the video, if you've seen, I was kind of like, or a lot of things. I was hesitant to say a couple of things that I was necessarily thinking about, but not now. I think I'm pretty much right on saying that they might fizzle out, and hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully something pops off where maybe units come out and buff them even more or so. But and maybe that's why they're a little underwhelming. Maybe we might get a unit that does, damage reduction 15% for all, or something like that. Like, we got a unit that does that. Like, say Goku gave 15, like, if we get an LR Goku for Namek and he's like 15% damage reduction to all uh allies, then that takes their 55% to what, 70%? Yeah. 70, and then that's like, oh, that's way better. Oh, whoa, oh, that extra 15% goes a long way, especially when they're built all the way up and they've already supered. That goes a long way. So yeah, probably if it was something along the lines of like again, like a Super Saiyan 4 Goku, where he's giving 10% damage reduction and then his defense as well. If it's something along the lines of that, then hey, that helps them out even more. But especially Piccolo wise for defensive wise. But we'll have to necessarily see. But yeah, you can let me get like I was gonna say you can let me know in the comments, but I'm sure at this point in time in the video, someone's probably already have typed in, hey, you made it this damn far. And they probably said a couple of things before here, maybe trying to contradict what I've said, and then be like, never mind, and have to edit. I'm sure I'm gonna see some edits in the comments down below. But let me know. Other than that, have an awesome day/night. Stay safe.